touch my love, touch my love. I said, now touch my love, oh yeah. Touch my love. Touch my love for No Man's Sky and Hello Games and all the lovely things they give to us for free. Love is free, baby. Let's give it back. Let's all sit in a semicircle and touch my love. It's not a cult. I know cults usually end in some weird sexual thing involving orgies. Just think of it as a bunch of No Man's Sky fans chilling together, touching each other's love. Would you touch my love? I'd touch my love. I'd touch my love hard. Touch my love, touch my love, touch my love. I really don't know where I was going with that. How's the sound, everybody? Can you hear my voice and all that stuff? Do I sound like, freakish at all? Or do I sound normal? Is this how it sound? Do I sound like a normal human being? Is everything good? Am I talking too loud? I think everything's good. I think, basically. I think we're basically ready to start the show. And I'm super excited. We got DG Squared with me, of course, because it's not an NMS's life episode without my friend and fellow host DG Squared. We also are going to have some guests on the show. Basically, anybody who wants to call in, just let me know. I'm having problems with my phone, though. But try and message either me or DG on Twitter or Discord. I don't think DG does Twitter, but he definitely does Discord. I made him. I broke him down. I forced him to. So I'm just rebooting my phone here. If anyone wants to, just dial me up. But yeah, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up on Discord if you want to come in. We are going to have, I believe, Star Jumper when he's ready to come on here. Hopefully we're going to have Stripes by Northwest jump on here with us. Anyone else who wants to jump in and just, shoot the shit, that's what we're going to do. So the show starts now, my friends. This is just a little pre-sound to what's going to be happening. We're just going to be talking about No Man's Sky and freaking out over some Beyond shit. And it's my podcast, so we can fucking swear all we want. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Oh my freaking goodness. Welcome to, this would actually be the 25th episode of NMS is Life, if you can believe it. I know we've been on hiatus for quite some time. This is just something that I plan on doing, not on a weekly basis per se, but just whenever some No Man's Sky news drops, and we definitely have some No Man's Sky news to discuss today. So I'm going to hop into our channel here where I see we already have a bunch of people waiting for us. So let's hop in here and introduce everybody, and let's get this party started.
Yeah, I do things in the game to.
Oh, listen to them. They're already just having a big circle jerk over the update. It just stinks like sex in here. Oh my goodness.
And that Dylan guy, I can't believe he asked me on this show. What a crazy dude he is.
Oh yeah, so sweaty. Yeah. So sweaty in here. I can just, stinks.
Excuse me while
we're just tripping over each other with the No Man's Sky talk, you know. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's hot, so we took our clothes off, okay? Jesus.
All right, I'll put them back on.
Well, what's going on, gentlemen? We've got DG Squared. Thanks again for joining me, my friend and fellow host of NMS's Life. We've got Starjumper with us and Stripes by Northwest. I probably should have stopped and let you guys all say something so people can put your voice to their names, but fuck it.
Oh, that's all right.
Let's confuse them all.
Starjumper said he might be 5 minutes late. He had to, I think he was coming back for lunch or something, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure.
Lunch?
But he's going to be a couple minutes late. Yeah. He's on the East Coast, so.
It's just like, fuck you guys. I'm going to go get a burger. I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, when are we going live right now? Oh, okay. I'll be back. I'll be back after the show. Let me know if you guys want anything from Timmy's.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he's from Long Island. Do they have Timmy's out in Long Island? I'm not sure if they do. I think New York is ripe with Tim Hortons, actually.
So I got a question, being
nobody wants
kind of ignorant on the whole Canadian and Tim Horton thing. Is it all of Canada, or is it just kind of in your area?
What, Tim Hortons?
Yeah.
It's all over Canada.
Okay, cool. So when I go up there at the end of the month, I can try it for the first time.
Oh, we have more Tim Hortons than squirrels.
I know it's a big deal. I just wasn't sure, I don't recall, seeing it, in my last trip up there. Of course, I was kind of camping, so it wasn't really in.
I noticed I didn't see any in Algonquin Park. I didn't see any while I was out, kayaking, which was odd in the mountains. But I've heard of these Tim Hortons you speak of. You're gonna go and actually it's gonna be shit. Most Canadians, I think, actually hate Tim Hortons. Isn't that right, Deej?
Oh, it's kind of like a McDonald's thing then?
Well, no, we don't hate Tim Hortons. It's a hit or miss. Some people like their coffee, and some people don't like their coffee. But their donuts are universal. Everybody loves their donuts.
This is true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And their lunch menu isn't bad either.
Yeah, and they brought back the poutine, which I'm like super, super happy
for.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so fucking
happy. How can you not have poutine?
Yeah, like have it. When they took it away, I don't know. My girlfriend left. Like, she had to walk away. I was creating such a scene. Like, if I could flip their counter, if it wasn't built into the ground and I didn't weigh like 90 pounds soaking wet, I would have flipped their entire counter and just had a huge tamper. I fucking lost it, all right. So now it's back.
What do you mean? It's a Canadian food.
Yeah. I'm happy that it's back. And they're little taters. They're not that bad. I thought, you're Tim Hortons, like super Canadian. You don't even have poutine. What's wrong with you?
Yep. Gotta have poutine.
So, glad you guys could join us. That's all we have for today, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Excellent.
Great show, guys. Thank you very much.
Message
it was good. I will say that.
And poutine. Hopefully I can eat like a bucket of poutine while I have a VR headset on.
I speaking of Beyond, I did just get the days off approved from work yesterday. So I had to chase down my boss because I sent it to him on Friday and then he didn't respond to it. There's like 4 people out and I'm like, yo, dude. I didn't really tell him what it was for because there's 4 four other members of my team, my immediate team, that are out that week. So like if I said, oh, it's just for me to stay home and play video game, he'd probably be more inclined to, say, well, we've got too many people out. So I just kind of left it open-ended. Like, I need these days off.
And I'm sure you weren't pestering him like every hour. Is it approved?
Yeah.
Is it approved? Is it approved? Is it approved?
Well, I can go into the system and check, and it was literally like that. I checked it over the weekend, and I'm like, well, he's not reading email over the weekend. What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
And then finally yesterday, I just had enough. I said, you gotta give me this peace of mind.
Every time Sean Murray makes a tweet, your anxiety just fucking skyrockets. You're like, okay, did you approve this or not? Like, please, I need to know. Oh man, I just want to do a quick shout out to the people in chat. I've just noticed everyone that's having some lovely conversations, and everyone's excited for Beyond just as much as we are. Snow Obsidian, what's going on, my friend? Star Jumper, of course. Cuzwald, who I haven't seen from in a long time. What's going on, buddy? And the Kraken, what's cracking, my friend? Frag Ninja and NMS Black Hole Suns says first time listener, and man, Black Hole Suns, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
I remember, like, let's just start the show with that. Let's just start, like,
welcome.
Yeah, let's pump some tires, man. Like, Black Hole Suns, I thought that was the coolest thing in since Waking Titan. When I saw that competition going on, not only were you guys giving away an awesome prize, never mind the prize. The prize could have just been a virtual high five, but the fact that you guys had people mapping black holes and all that shit, and DG, this has got to be screaming your language. This is stuff that you're into, man. Like the whole science behind the game, the stuff that's not even in the game, but you can bring into the game and just implement into the game and make it part of the game. And that's what these guys did with their black hole research project, and that was phenomenal. So hats off, and thanks for joining the show.
They've done a great job with it. They really have.
Yeah,
it's amazing what they've done, mapping out Euclid in such an amazing way. I've seen the map that they've released after the contest, and there's not much Euclid really left. There's so much mapped, and they're working in through other galaxies as well. One of the projects in the new year will be some mapping, depending on what happens with the black holes in the 42nd galaxy, Hesperius, and a little bit more research in Euclid to see if there's any change. But yeah, it's a pretty big project. I haven't been a very big part of it, mostly just due to my own sort of efforts in different ways. But
I was gonna say that's because you have a
a
fucking stack of paper of research of your own stuff going on. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, I had 3 saves moving to Zobrange, so I had to do it fairly quickly, which left little time for much research in that regard. But there's always ways of going back.
I always pictured DG like a scribe or something like that, like something you see, like, was it Game of Thrones, when they're all sitting around and they got the scrolls and the books and they're just towering all around them. That's how DG plays No Man's Sky. He's got the game on in front of him.
There have been so many times I've reached out to him in the Amino direct chat, like for advice, and it's usually around like, I need somebody to. I've been waiting on this ship for 36 hours, and I need somebody to tell me it's going to be okay. And I would reach out to him, and be like, "Am I missing something? Is there something that I'm not seeing? What do I need to do? Like, what's going on here?" And he's always the crazy thing is literally every time I've reached out, and I usually try not to, but I've found that S-class ship or freighter probably within an hour or two after reaching out to him. It's like the NMS gods are kind of all synced up there, and it's worked out many times. But there was one ship. This was prior to prior to Atlas Rises, that I just remember it was like 2 weeks and 36 hours into the wait, and I'm questioning myself and like my sanity and like, what's going on? I played 36 hours worth of gameplay of sitting at a space station or at a trading post, and like, nobody else plays 36 hours of some games,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, this is crazy.
Like
it's
doing
a commitment.
like doing
But,
things exactly. Like,
yeah, exactly. I'm sitting there and just playing around with the jetpack. Thankfully, there was a cave that I could hide out in. It was a toxic planet too, so I was just, doing my thing and watching the ships fly in
Dude,
for 36 hours.
There's been so many times where it's been like fucking 2 a.m, and I'm like a gremlin. If I don't go to bed before midnight, I'm like, insomnia kicks in. I'll be up till 4 or 5. I can't help it. My brain just goes into overdrive. So my girlfriend always comes over at 10 o'clock, like, it's like she's my mom. Make sure you go to bed soon. And I'm like, yeah. But there's been, just like you're saying, man, there's been so many nights where it's been like 2 a.m. She's come down the stairs, seen me still playing, and I'm wide awake. It's not like I'm falling asleep at the couch. I'm actively staring at my screen, doing nothing, just waiting for an S-class to land. And she's like, it's 2 a.m. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just waiting for a ship to land. Just give me 7 more hours.
I've done it.
I'll be fine.
I've had those days where I've worked from home and like I've sat in front of the TV and like, or in a space station. And just like do work and like wait for the ship to come to fly in and then pause what I'm doing for work. But it'll be interesting. I've seen a lot of people have been asking for this as a feature in Beyond, or as a feature in NMS, and whether or not they implement it. But that is ship customization, and I'm curious because while I did spend 36 hours shopping for that S-class. Like, I wonder how that would all play in if they add that feature. And I'm probably in the minority here, would prefer to keep the ship hunting the same because I like that. I like going into a new system and waiting to see what it has to offer. Now, I wouldn't mind if they allowed us to customize it in the form of like paint and decals. But as far as like the ship layout and that, I kind of hope that it's the same, but whatever will work. I'm sure if they do a full ship customization, that's what everybody, 95% of the players will want that. But
how do you feel about this? And you too, Deech. But how do you guys feel about this? Like, obviously, ship customization, I want that too, man. Like, who doesn't want to have their own base or go to like some space garage and just spend hours tweaking? Think of your bike in Days Gone, like tweaking your bike and all that stuff. But how about this? Instead of, like, I like ship hunting as well, and I think ship hunting would be fun. Keep ship hunting in the game, like you say, to wait for that specific model of ship to land or something like that. But as far as like the S-class thing, I find that such an awkward grind, and I love grinds. I love grindy games, but I just find that like I say, 2 a.m. My girlfriend, she wants to,
tough.
She wants to kick me out of the house because I'm fucking crazy. But I think if you added an RPG element, like, how do you guys feel of that? What if they added an RPG element where you still have to ship hunt, you still have to find something that you want, but then you go on missions and get
to
rewards.
Level it up.
Yeah, to level up that ship.
I like that.
Almost like your horse bonding with
that.
you in Red Dead or something like that. You get
Well, they've already introduced that with the frigates, where you can level them up all the way up to S-class frigates.
Right.
And I think that's definitely a possibility. Stripes, you're not a minority. I do love the ship hunt, and I don't want it to be taken away.
Yeah, you guys are freaks.
I mean, what I see as customization is, color customization. Possibly a class upgrade. So missions would upgrade your ship to a higher level over a certain amount of time in missions, or pirates killed.
And weapons, man. Upgrade weapons.
Well, they sort of have that in the game. I don't know if they're going to change that so much, and they already made pretty heavy changes to the technology upgrades. So, I mean, they could change that again. That's always a possibility. Even another way to get
God damn it.
more...
Deech is always like my father that just has to be so... You're like Spock. Deej is the Spock of the channel. You're always like, wouldn't it be cool if they had this? And then Deej is like, that's just not logical. And you're like, for fuck? You're probably right, but why'd you have to shit on my hopes and dreams?
Yeah, well, also, slot customization might even be something as well. A lot of ships, most people don't even look at because they're 19 slots. And most people, they want, bigger slots. It makes more sense.
Right.
If you were able to increase those slots through missions or something, maybe crash ships, I don't know. That might be a way to get people a little bit more excited about the variety of ships which are currently in the game. Because it's sort of, like there's shuttles. Not a lot of people want shuttles so much.
Don't.
There's a few that do.
Don't start.
Yeah, I'm a shuttle lover.
Those 19 slot fighters, they look pretty, but they're useless.
Yeah, well, I do think you're right. For one, but I also think the way that they kind of redid I don't want to say the leveling up, but like the different, like the photon cannon and the lasers and I'm trying to think, the cyclone ballista, like to where you only need 3 as opposed to I don't know, what was there, like 6 or 9 before, so you can actually utilize less slots that way. Same with your multi-tool, where because I love like kind of the smaller multi-tools, but
Me too.
When you open it up and it's got 6 slots, it's just like, what the fuck? How am I going to use that? Even with the new like technology upgrades to where you only need 3 kind of per weapon style, like it's still, some of them like that especially, I would like to see them upgrade.
100%.
Yeah, or ways to upgrade them. You get the multi-tool and then through missions or salvaging or something. Yeah.
That's another one.
Interloper,
hey, there he is.
Interloper, get him. Star Jumper, what's going on, my dude?
Hey, Star Jumper.
What's up?
Oh my goodness. So guys, everybody say hi to Star Jumper, formerly known as Green Pizza. Also a Twitch stream, well, I should say Twitch affiliate who's also coming over to the dark side of YouTube. Thanks for joining us, my dude.
Yeah. Thanks.
I know you
thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem.
I was gonna say I just found out that about the rebrand a couple days ago for Star Jumper. So I don't know how long that was going on, but if I missed like a couple of tweets, it's because I didn't know who you were at the time.
No, it's okay.
But I did, like, after I clicked on your image, like, wait a minute, I know that dude.
Man, this guy's got a fucking sexy beard just like fucking Green Pizza.
Stop
What's
it.
going on,
Blush.
man? Like,
Yeah.
like, I want to live inside
Stop
that
it.
thing. I don't know. A Star Jumper's better? Like, is it even possible?
It is actually.
Just rebrand to
Yeah, the rebrand was like
Bird
something I was
Nest.
throwing around for a while. I just didn't know if what I wanted to do with it.
I like it,
That's
dude.
cool. I dig
like
the name.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Green Pizza was pretty cool though too. Just made me think.
Yeah,
of
well, for sure. That's always.
Then I found out you were a
dig
meat eater, and I was like, "Fuck this guy." And then, then you switch to Star Jumper, and I'm like, "Oh, he's okay."
Yeah, it was. I'm really enjoying the Switch too. The Switch has just been a really fun experience for me too.
It's exciting, isn't it? I remember going from Nerd Down Dylan to Cloudrunner, and I was horrified, and I lost a lot of viewers and stuff. But at the same time, it was so fun. And same now, just going from Twitch over to YouTube. I'm sure I'm gonna lose a lot of longtime cronies, but I'm gaining some new ones over on YouTube, and I'm getting a lot of support from a lot of longtime Twitch supporters as well. And
For sure, man. For
scary.
Sure.
It's scary to rebrand, but it can be fun. You definitely don't want to do it like every month.
No way.
Probably once in a lifetime, actually, is enough. But I want to give a shout out to Hero Bird. Says nice Alpha Vector. So going back to like what you guys were talking about, and thanks Hero Bird. I love this ship. I actually have the ship model as well. But going back to like what you guys were mentioning, the Alpha Vector I think only has like 19 slots, doesn't it, or something small, maybe 20 something, but. Again, a beautiful fighter, but do you want to use it in combat? Do you really want to? You can't load it up with anything. You can, but then you have no inventory space. So it would be nice, like you say, to upgrade those slots.
Well, it helps that you can use your exo slots for inventory since they've increased those from the last update. But yeah, you're right. You kind
Well,
of need more slots on some of those ships,
you know what though?
and it takes a draw away from them as well. Because there's some beautiful ships that are just low slot counts, and they're fun to fly. They got great handling.
But I just kind of thought of something. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, it's all good. It's all
But it's just that I regret what I just said. So I want to like kibosh what I just said. I'll do this a
Okay.
lot. I'll say one thing. I'll be like, I'm for it, and then 2 seconds later, I'm like, no, wait a minute. I take that. I take that back. It's stupid. But I just realized something. Of course, they're gonna have like smaller cargo because based on the size of the ship, right? So maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe it's not a bad idea to have like a 19 slot fighter because yeah, it's smaller than a heavy fighter. So that's your enticement to get a heavy fighter. I don't know.
And like you
Yeah.
said, you can still, since they revamped, where you only need like 3 of a certain technology, like I only use like the photon cannon and cyclone ballistas.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much it. Sometimes a phase beam, but so I don't really need a lot. Like I can get by. Obviously, if I had more, that would be better. But since they redid it, like it makes those more useful in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
It-
And like DG said, like with the extra cargo slots in your exosuit, like you just have
Oh,
tons of inventory.
warp cells.
Sometimes you can just get lost in that inventory. At least
Yeah.
I can. If I've been hitting the nip too much late at night, and I'm flipping, I'm like, wait, where am I at?
Oh,
and
tell
then
me
I
about
still
it.
have like, some things from pre-next that are in there that I refuse to get rid of, and I don't know why I'm hanging on to, and it's just. I used to keep my inventory; it was managed pretty well, but now it's just kind of a fucking mess.
Then you go to your your freighter and your base and everything else, and you're like, oh Christ, more inventory.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Yeah, I have a fighter, like a heavy fighter that I've been using for like, I don't know, I want to say like since next, I guess. And it's like I think it's like 28 slots or 32 slots or something like that. It's high up there as opposed to like a regular like light fighter that you get like 19 slots or something like that or something low like that. But I swear by it, man. It's been like a well-rounded fighter, man. I got like a lot of components on it, and stuff like that. So it's definitely I think those are like the better deal.
Dude, I fight in a shuttle, man. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
all
And
right.
I
Well,
do
shuttles
just
are
fine.
good because they do have slots. They do come with some reasonable slots.
They're a jack of all
Um,
trades, man. They're good for everything.
They are good. I'm not dissing shuttles in any way.
Yeah, you
I
are.
wish their stats were a little bit better. Right, I do.
It's gonna get
I can
gnarly
see
in
them-
here.
Yeah,
Well,
it's gonna
you
get
can
nasty
see them
between the hosts.
Knock down, drag out about shuttles. Myself, I for the fighter class, I really don't like going into lower than 29 slots. The tier 2 fighters.
Yeah.
It gives you a mix of both. You can use slots to your advantage and still have your cake and eat it too. A little bit lacking in the technology side of the slot count, but you can make it work. And like Stripes was saying, you can make it work any way you want, really.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has preferences to weapons. Maybe you don't like a lot of weapons and you prefer just maneuverability, and you can load up on one thing or another. But the 29 slot ships aren't bad because it gives you a little bit of everything that you can sort of put in.
It matters too on what game mode you're playing too, right? I mean, if you're playing normal, you can get away with more than if you're playing permadeath. You don't really want to dick around, so you probably want a good fighter with because you want to put every shield upgrade, every weapon upgrade you can on something, depending on which game mode you're playing. And at least that's the way I play. Like when I'm playing permadeath, I don't like to dick around. When I'm playing normal, it's Fashion Souls. I don't care. I'll fly a shuttle just because I think it looks cool. But
So
Yeah.
maybe it'll all change though. Like I'm really hoping that it will change. Just going back to the ship customization idea for Beyond, maybe that will all
I
change.
think something's coming.
Yeah.
I think it's something
I
that's
think
been
so
talked
too, yeah.
about since I think before Foundation even, like that was one of the things. Well, I mean, I think the first thing that we heard was, we want to own more than one ship. 'Cause
Yes.
that was the thing. If
Yes.
you remember back,
And-
it was just
That was the
one
biggest
ship.
thing.
And classes.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
Well,
And-
if you bring up the 4-second GIF that we got from Hello Games, you see the ship that's on the landing pad definitely has some kind of like different look to it. You know what I mean? Like there's that orange piping that's on the back of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on.
And I think
Hold on
it
a
would be
second.
so easy.
4-second GIF. I'm gonna blow everyone's mind right now. We do better than that. We got that 4-second GIF slowed down in super slow mo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the trailer dropped or something. I was going to be like, holy shit.
Oh yeah,
hiding
no.
it for a
Sorry.
moment.
Jesus, I know. I keep forgetting. Everyone's anxiety's at like 11 right now.
I think it could happen today.
I do.
I don't know that it.
Oh, we
I
did.
think
four?
it's, so.
Friday makes sense
Yeah.
because it's the
Anniversary.
Anniversary date, but they did it a week before.
They never
for
seem
next,
to care
and then-
about the anniversary date though.
Yeah,
yeah,
They're like me and my girlfriend.
You're right. But I think too, like their new physical copies are coming to PS4, and last year when they sent the next copies out for Xbox, like there was a few in the wild and people were streaming it that weekend prior to launch, and so like I kind of feel like they might do it today just to beat those copies going out into the wild. Now I don't know if
Walmart.
the Beyond copies, the packaging, if it's just packaging to kind of include the language for VR content that wasn't on the old one, or if it's actually like they're going to have Beyond on the disc like they had Next on the disc for Xbox. So part of me thinks they could it could drop today.
Yeah, and they also were saying like in their article they wrote on the website, they were like, yeah, we're going to give you more information in the coming weeks, and it's already like Wednesday and we haven't heard a thing since last Friday. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting to hear at least something today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and are they going to do like a number 3 reveal at the same time with the trailer? Or are they going to give us number 3 and a day or two to marinate on it? And
Well,
go crazy.
Do you think they'll give
before the trailer?
Do you think number 3 will just be the trailer? Like the trailer will tell us what number 3 is?
That's
Yeah,
You know,
I kind of think so.
Because the little
Kinda
robot
think
lady,
so.
she always tells you what everything is, right? Like, welcome to No
Yeah.
Man's Sky Beyond, and then she'll be like,
Oh,
her beautiful voice.
oh, I love her so much.
it's yeah.
You guys know how I feel
I love
about
that when they
robots.
come up to a new update and it tells you everything.
Yeah, well,
I do
the
too.
best.
I mean, it's become
The trailers are
going back
so
to
good.
Foundation. That first one, like when
Yeah.
you didn't know what was going to happen, and they had just a brief tweet that, hey, we're going to be rolling out Foundation update in the next couple of days. It's going to have freighters and
Yeah.
base building, and that's all we knew. And then there's like a 6-minute trailer, and it just like. I mean, I watched it over and over, and I was just like, jaw drop at like everything that was there because, for base building, and I know I've said this before, but I honestly thought it was going to be those little bitty shelters that you would see, those rectangular things. Like maybe you could patch a few of those together. And
Yeah,
I
I'm
had
gonna
no
build
idea,
a tent.
it would be what it was back then, and then it's what it's grown into now as far as like kind of unlimited base building and build anywhere type thing. And then just watching some of the stuff that like JC Hysteria and some of the other
Oh my
glitch
God.
builders have done. I mean, I feel like so ashamed of like, I mean, mine is just like your standard shack, it looks kind of like a house, and I just, even if I go into creative mode and I start putting things together, it's still like all comes together in a normal looking structure that's not exciting, and it's small and it does nothing for the imagination.
Hey, there's
But it's home.
nothing wrong with that, Like I do the same thing. My bases look really basic. My problem is I'll go to another planet and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna build another base and it's gonna look incredible. Hey, guess what? It's the exact same fucking base that I build every single time. And like I'll actively tell myself, no, today I'm gonna build something crazier. I'm gonna do like some new architecture. And it turns out to be the same fucking base, and I'm like, "What's wrong?
Yep,
Is this
yep.
just my brain? Is this how I work?" Like,
I
like fuck.
Well, yeah. Speaking of base building, I mean, like, I really hope they adjust the, when you build into terrain and stuff like that. Like, they give you a limit on how much you can build into the terrain, I kind
That
of
would be
hope they
nice.
adjust that. I built
Yeah.
a lot into terrain. Like I love like cave bases and stuff like that, building a lair
Yeah.
and stuff.
I agree.
Being able to fly your ship out of a lair, you know, like come
Well,
on.
dude, let's take a look. Speaking of that, look at this trailer. I've got it in slow mo here, courtesy of our pal Peaceful. I'm going to say PG Gamer, Peaceful Gamer on Twitter. He slowed this bad boy right down and put it in a loop. Not for us, but I'm just going to pretend that he did.
Thanks, PG.
For the
He was,
community.
yeah, he
There
was
you
like,
go.
"Oh, you're having a podcast, dude? Let me do some free work for you." And I was like, "Oh, you don't have to do that." And he was like, "Oh no, man, absolutely." So, but shout out to Peaceful Gamer first of all. I know everybody knows who he is, but I mean, fuck me. I remember the first time I found this guy. I thought he was a robot back in the Waking Titan days, and he was just posting like I thought, like the Waking Titan.
Oh, he was on it, man.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a bot. I'm not joking. I thought it was every time there was a Waking Titan update, this Peaceful Gamer thing would tell you about it, and I was and like fucking hours before anyone else would,
Yeah, I was all over that shit too, and I could not beat him to a post, like not even
No,
close. Like it
never.
was, and in fact, like that became the source. That and Waking Titan Watcher, it's like it was either Peaceful Gamer or Waking Titan Watcher. It's like they'll have it. I don't need to post anything. I can just get notifications from those two, and I'll be all right.
Yeah, and he's a jerk because he doesn't like stream or do any, you know what I mean? He just fucking throws it in your face that he knows more about No Man's Sky than you all the time, and you're like, yeah, I'll fucking stream or upload other shit then, you fuck. And he's like, oh, fuck you. I'm just gonna be the No Man's Sky encyclopedia, all right? You think you're hot shit, Dylan? But yeah, man, he does. He's so on the ball. So shout out to him. Shout out to a lot of those guys, man. I mean, I've been watching a lot of LZ Legacy Zero videos as well. They've got some great breakdowns.
Yeah, they're all nice guys, man.
And all
I love those guys.
Oh, super nice guys. I was lucky.
Yeah,
enough,
one of the cool things. Oh, sorry.
Oh no! I was just gonna say I was lucky enough to be interviewed on Cobra's show, which was a blast. I mean, talking
That
to
was
him.
a great show, man.
Oh,
that was such a good show.
Talking to him is the same thing. It's like talking to a No Man's Sky encyclopedia. And these guys aren't just knowledgeable about the game. I like their channels and their content because they're behind the scenes stuff. They talk about the developers. They talk about the conferences that they go to. They talk about what their fucking Sean Murray's child ate for breakfast that day. Like, I don't know. They must have spies set up in Guildford somewhere, but all these guys are really in the know-how. So follow them. Do not follow me. Just gonna throw that out there. Don't bother hitting the subscribe button. Just kidding.
The NMS paparazzi.
I'm so kidding. Hit the subscribe button, please. Please. I need followers. But
So
yeah,
one of the cool things
Let me ask
about
you guys. Oh, sorry. All right, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, one of the cool things about this time of year, like, this has become kind of a tradition. The last 4 years is prepping for either the launch of No Man's Sky or one of these mega updates, and it's kind of as much as it is about the update itself and the content, like it's kind of reflecting on, the community, kind of piggybacking on what you were saying, Dylan, like just. The content creators, in this time of year, like everybody's, it's nice because everyone's in a good mood because, we know the end of the wait is near, but it makes it special, like, just to be part of. It's something that I've personally never experienced before in a video game. And I've been playing since, late 70s, early 80s, and never quite seen a community, like this. And there's so much, and DG, you were talking about, half of what you do is community driven and the other half is actual gameplay and tying the two together, and it just when these updates approach, you look back at like the friends you've made over the last 3 years, how each update has felt special and unique in itself, and then how it all kind of comes together. It's just a fun time, and to be part of it all.
Well, each one of those updates,
Well said,
thanks,
man.
Stripes, I appreciate the comments. Each one of those updates, it seems to have brought new life into the game as it's changed the game in new ways and added so much new content each time. But it's still the same game that we love. They changed the pastel colors. We still love the game. They've added third person, both ships and to players. Every time they add something, it's just an extension of what we already loved, or what we loved right from the beginning when it was just one ship, and the game was all completely different. And I don't know if you guys remember the grind of getting the 48 slot ship through ships. And I actually really enjoyed it. That was
I did too.
Everyone was begging on the game. I'm like, no, man, I love this shit. I'm having fun. Yeah, screw you guys.
Oh man, those first like, I mean, up until and through Foundation update, like I literally played the game, I think, for like 120 days straight. Like I just couldn't get enough of it, and it was insane. It was especially early on, like these lengthy, 12 and 13 hour gaming sessions, like where I couldn't sleep, and then when I was sleeping, I was watching streams and dreaming about it, and it was just it was crazy.
Those early days, man.
Loving the very basic vanilla No Man's Sky that, like you said, a lot of people were bagging on.
Love those early days.
It still happens. Every update that comes out, we all go through that. There's like
for sure,
a couple of weekend sessions where you just play like 12 hours or 8 hours solid, go get something to eat, and go right back at it.
Yeah.
Man, I think too, like VR is going to be so big for the game, especially, those that, haven't played it in a while, that maybe have VR and don't have a game like No Man's Sky in VR, because a lot of those VR games are more like demo-like and experiences to where now you have a full game. I'm eager to see. I'm eager to see, what that does, because I think it's going to be, if it's as impressive as like all of the reviews that people said a few months back were talking about it when they got their, 20-minute hands-on with it. Everybody was just gushing over it, that like, it could be a VR seller and just great for the industry. So I'm eager to see that.
It's going to be itself so well.
It's going to sell really a lot of headsets.
It's going to be the biggest VR game, I think, out, right?
Yeah, I agree.
It probably will be. Yeah, it probably will be. Yeah, there's a lot of games specifically for VR, but No Man's Sky I don't think it was designed originally for it, but it adapts so easily for it when you think of how we play the game in first person.
Yeah, and I think that, like, we all know that Hello Games does not get enough props for what they do.
No, man,
and
they definitely don't.
That after this, if this is successful, and I'm like 99.9 repeated % sure that it's gonna be, if they sell a buttload of VR headsets for PC, for PlayStation 4, it's not just going to be good for the industry, but it's also going to be good for developers' creativity side. They're going to want to push. They want to be the best VR game on PlayStation or on PC. So by having a game like this, like Stripes was saying, a full game, not just a 4 to 6 hour campaign. Like, I've played some beautiful VR games, but they're very short. This is going to be one of those games like Skyrim, where once you're done the campaign, once you're done doing whatever you want to do, you can just wander around and do nothing in VR, and it's going to look beautiful. So this is going to raise the bar again, and other developers are going to want to make better VR games. And that's Hello Games pushing the bar, not getting enough credit for being who they are.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Like, picture this: putting on a VR headset, right? Landing on a planet and getting out of your ship. Walking on the planet, just listening to the wind and the birds or insects or whatever animals are on that planet, the light music playing in the background. Dude, it's going to be like some kind of like meditation shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Except for those hostile planets. That's going to be scary as shit.
I'm going to get all...
Damn sentinels and those corrupted sentinels, when you're...
I just want to get all Black Mirror episode and have some Street Fighter tournaments.
But yeah, I was thinking about that the other day, just like walking through and looking around.
You're a handsome guy.
Amazing sight with virtual reality. Think of the Thunderdome with virtual reality.
Oh, all the sex you could have in there. Yeah. No, it would be crazy. Imagine the Thunderdome doing a PvP event in VR. Like, it's gonna be wild. I can't wait to do just nothing in VR.
Right. I swear, for me, like, one of the most relaxing things, and again, it's kind of later in my play session after a nip session or two as well. But just kind of floating through an asteroid field when I'm in first person and just kind of looking up around at the asteroids as I coast by. Like I just find that super relaxing, and like that I can't wait to try.
That's very serene. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. I think it's a little off topic from what we are on right now, but
Forget it then.
it is off topic. But
What's your favorite color?
What do you guys like to do outside of the weather system? What do you guys think is going to happen with the weather? So do you think they're going to revamp it, or do you think they're just going to leave it and it's going to be like kind of like the same it is now?
Do you think they have to?
Do you think they will?
I think they'll leave it. That may be another update in the future, possibly shortly after this update. We've all gotten used to. There's a big update, and then there's a couple of smaller ones that they tend to sort of tack on at the end there to sort of fit in with everything.
I would love to see a weather.
I like to
update.
see multiple biomes or multiple weather biomes in a single planet. That would be really nice. South and north poles, hotter in one spot than the other, deserts.
I was just gonna say, I'm with you on that, Deej. I would like to see like more. I know it's procedural, so it's tough, but it would be nice to have that feeling of landing on a planet and having like a waterfall, or not just that, but on the other side of the planet, like you say, it's a totally different atmosphere. You know, there's a desert on one side and there's a jungle on the other side. Like that would be phenomenal.
Guys, Sean tweeted.
All right.
Seriously?
Yeah, he tweeted, but it's nothing. He's just
Oh.
talking. but it's like
Another coded message.
I was gonna
It's
say
like
I
one of
wasn't
those
even that
things,
excited.
like,
It's just
it's one of those things that I feel like something big is coming after this message. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You're right.
If he's tweeting, there's something going on. Like it'll be bullshit for about an hour, and then we'll get the update today.
Right.
do you guys want to hear what he said, or
Absolutely,
Yeah, absolutely.
It says last year we shipped Next, and the response surprised and overwhelmed us. We thought we'd never do a huge update like that again. We planned out a roadmap of smaller updates for the coming year, and then he did the emoji with the arms up.
Oh, we're getting the update today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck the
Wow.
fuck the 14th. No, I bet you we're getting a trailer today. If he's talking like that.
yeah.
he's-
If he's doing that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking, man. I don't know if my head can
Well-
if I got like a new Tool song and a No Man's Sky trailer within hours, I mean, you might actually hear my head explode.
Well,
Yo,
didn't the
speaking of
last
Tool,
didn't,
bro.
didn't
Oh my
he do
God.
that? But didn't he do that the last time? Didn't he kind of start tweeting his whole like, "You guys are
Yeah.
awesome. I fucking love you
Yeah,
guys.
dude.
I
I
think
worked so hard." And then they
because
released the
what-
trailer.
either he'll do that or he's gonna we'll get a clock, and then the
Yeah.
clock will point to a certain time, and then everybody will jump, hopefully, because they'll jump in the NMS Discord like they did last time when they had that reaction
Yeah.
to the trailer.
Which was
I mean, that was
epic.
epic.
That
Like where the guys are
that was
cursing
awesome.
left and
That
right.
was awesome.
Oh my fuck! Oh my god!
A fucking geck, dude.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, I think so, man. Once he gets active, once he starts talking like that, it's
I
usually-
swear, man,
usually
if he
a good
drops
sign.
it during this podcast right
So that-
now.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'll have to mute myself because it'll be embarrassing otherwise.
Oh, the podcast will be over so fast.
Yeah.
I'll be like, click.
He's dropping it, and I'd just be like, all right, I gotta go back to work, guys.
Yeah, BRB. Oh man.
So what other you talked about the multiple biomes on one planet. We've talked a little bit about ship customization. What are some of the other features that you would like to see with this
Tools.
update?
I'm going to say it. Multiple multi-tools.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
three-
You're here.
three
sir.
updates
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Yes.
Lava planets.
That would be nice too.
I'm kinda-
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm all for that. Like that kind of just the continuing, like which they've done every update, which is expand the variety in planet and terrain generation. Just kind of continuing that.
Just add a little more.
And maybe throw in some new structures, like some of those early assets that you saw in trailers. But I'm also, and I hope if I'm reading Sean's wording correct, I kind of feel like crossplay could be a thing, and I think that would be so awesome
Dude.
to have, to where it
Oh, I
wouldn't
would
matter
really
what
like
platform you're
Oh.
on.
That would unify
because
the community.
Yeah.
exactly.
would.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like you see, I shared a tweet. I can't remember the person's name, but they were on Xbox, and like I feel like obviously the majority are on PlayStation and also PC, and there's not as many on Xbox. But if the Xbox folks could come see like some of these creations that the folks like, I always go to like JC Hysteria and those glitch builders, which the majority are on PS4. If everybody could see that like as part of their experience, like what that would do to the game and keep people playing, that would be so cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Not just that, but multiplayer meetups,
Right.
and things
Yeah.
like that. There's talk of an expansion to online capabilities. So
I think that's
I'm
what
guessing
that,
from 4 to 8 players would be nice.
I'm thinking that's
possibly
what that
more.
like hub is, like that trailer that they, the 4-second trailer or whatever. I'm thinking that's like some kind of like guild hall or somewhere where the communities can come together and do stuff.
So DG and I were talking about that before the show. So when they first released that trailer, like the real fast one before this one, that room was empty. It was just a dude in a spaceship, and the room was empty. When you look at it now,
And it looked like a space station.
it did. It
Yeah.
just looked like an empty space
Like
station,
furnished.
but still big, right? And now we're looking at it. I'm playing it again, courtesy of our pal PG. But I'm looking at it right now, and there's so much shit in there. And we were talking this morning, saying, do you think that's like player built? Maybe is that just a station, an extension of a station that you visit, and it already
He
looks
just
like
tweeted
that?
again.
Oh shit!
He tweeted again.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
man.
Cloudrunner.
No. This is
Yeah,
this is important.
This is big news.
this is
Yeah,
important.
I mean, it's 2 in a row, and it's him talking about like,
Yeah.
he could be just going for the trailer right now, man, because
Yeah,
he's talking about
could be.
like you said, last year we shipped next, and then the second tweet is like we looked at 3 planned updates, kind of reiterating what we already know, but like it seems like it's a lot of activity for Mr. Murray.
The trailer is today or tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see the trailer, I think.
It's
I'm waiting
that-
for
that's
the
a
I'm waiting for
prelude.
the gib. I'm waiting for the gib.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't
man.
be surprised if it's today, if he's being that active.
yeah. Well, I think too. 'Cause, I mean, the last one was like a week ahead of time, and like you said, he doesn't give a shit about his anniversary, like you. And, it's not important.
Not a big deal.
Oh man. Now we're all sitting here waiting. Come on, Sean.
I know. No, it's hard to talk now because I feel like any second now it's gonna drop.
What were we talking about? We were talking about that.
We were talking about the online.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about new features in the
Extension.
online and crossplay and how that would all manifest itself and be good for the community, basically.
Do you think crossplay is going to be in this? Do you think they're going to?
Well, he said, I think it's possible. He did say, I think the wording was, we're going to bring players together like never before. That's where that's where it all kind of triggered. Like, is he talking crossplay?
Could be.
I mean, maybe not. I mean, it's obviously everybody would have to. But I was just thinking, like, it wasn't that. I mean, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. But the more I thought about it, it seemed like, how cool would it be, if we were all there wouldn't be, this barrier between all the different platforms.
Yeah.
And if you could just, because, I mean, seeing some of these incredible builds, I mean, gets me more jazzed about, not really base building myself because I don't have that artistic, creative part in me, but like going to visit them. Like I want to visit them, but I'm like, oh, they're in, they're on Xbox and Eisentam normal mode. And I'm like, well, can't do that, because there was this huge maze that somebody built. It was incredible. It's on Xbox. And it's just like, if everybody had the opportunity to go there, no matter what platform, it would just be a better experience.
Well, I think a Ranger's Dark Tower, something like that.
Oh,
Imagine,
yeah.
Imagine if everyone could access
Definitely.
that. I'm still a giant dick and haven't visited it, but
Oh,
I mean, if it
It's
was
a pretty amazing site.
if it was
It's-
crossplay, I'd be there in
yeah.
a second.
it was I was in that thing for like an hour and a half, and I tried to figure out where to go. It was crazy. Thankfully, Ranger and I were in a chat, so he helped guide me at the end because
Nice.
I was. I mean, it was a complete work of art.
It's a maze inside.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful outside.
It's
and he picks the right planets where the mood is just right with the fog and the lighting. And
nice.
To go to a dark tower, you know you're in a place that's very special, and he's put so much time into making the maze and everything inside. Like it's a pretty amazing thing. Definitely visit if you haven't had a chance.
That's awesome.
And I always feel like a dick because I love Ranger, but I'm always like that. It's like running into an old pal at high school or something, and he's like, "Yo, man, come over and party at the tower sometime." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, for sure, dude. You know, give me your number. I'll call you next weekend. Yeah, sounds good. I'll be there, man." And then it just never happens.
he's a good dude, man.
I know, I love him, but
we went to a Mariners game. Like he was passing through town back in May. It was awesome.
Yeah, you guys aren't too far from each other, right?
Yeah. We're actually planning at the end of this month, kind of an NMS. I don't know if you want to call it celebration party meetup at Rangers in near Victoria. I'm going to drive up. DG's going to be there, so looking forward to that.
Party on!
Yeah, party on!
You West Coasters.
Everything's close up here, right?
Yes.
Stripes, you're coming from Seattle, I think.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and that's not too far.
Yeah,
Can you
he's
take
right below you.
Seattle,
yeah. So I was talking to Ranger about it, and he said to take the Port Angeles ferry. So, I'm about 3 hours from the border, I think, and maybe 3.5 to Vancouver.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then there's another ferry ride on top of that to get to Victoria.
Right. Yeah,
so
but he was saying the best thing is to, so really close.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's your best option. For me, I just take a ferry, so won't be long. So that's going to be fun. We're going to have a blast. I think you guys have. He's pulling out the VR.
Yeah, I'll be bringing my headset as well.
Oh, right on.
Goodness,
that's awesome.
And I'll be there to get dizzy.
Well, that's another thing. Like somebody posted online of them flying into. They missed like the opening of the space station, and they hit like the side of the space station, and it caused them to go into this roll of looked like about 3 or 4 turns. It was really nauseating just to watch on TV, and he's like, "Can't wait to see this in VR."
Yeah.
I mean, it'll change the way, like, you know, you'll have to be more careful next time. Basically, you know, you'll have to really be calculated on your entrances to the space station and not just fly in like an asshole.
I smash into everything.
Well, have you ever seen the ships fly in when they hit the side? Genetic Code is a master of this. He does it on purpose. He comes in with his squid, and he'll hit the side of the thing, and you'll be standing there watching him come in when you invite him to your game, and all of a sudden you see this squid rotating down the entrance of the space station in some ridiculously unnatural fashion. Right? And then he lands and gets out, and, "Hey, what's up, dude?" You know? And you're like, "How did you do that?" You know, like, and it's a pretty amazing sight.
It's not an unnatural.
Did you guys see Bruce Cooper? Y'all know Bruce Cooper? He's the streamer. Joined the community, I think, right before Next.
No, we don't.
Had a really good video.
We don't know Bruce.
He discovered it like I think a couple months before Next, and like, you know, he had stayed away from the game basically because of the, you know, what people were saying, and then immediately fell in love with it, and he's been part of the community since then. But he jumped from a frigate into the space station, and it was incredible to watch that. Like, it took him like I think 10 minutes to do, but he actually made it into the space station. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, that brings me back to the days when we tried to jump out of the space station. Do you remember that, Dylan? We run down to the end of the hall and try and jump out.
Dude, I remember those early streams. The early streams
days
where you two met up.
Yeah,
and we were like waiting to see what would happen.
The early days were like me and Deej, like that whole like hold my beer, like those moments, like, you know, like, hey,
Yeah.
you think
Yeah.
you can fucking jump out of a station and land on a planet? All right, I'll go for it. Let's do it.
Yeah, and we tried it in our freighters when they first came out. If you glitched it just right, you'd
Oh,
end
yeah.
up on the outside.
Oh yeah, that was cool
Floating.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back to Bruce
Yeah,
Cooper.
that's
games.
the amazing thing too. Like it actually, like it's unlike other games where if that happened, you would just get stuck, or the game would crash, or just start over. You would die immediately. But like the fact that you can not only fall, but like it takes you like 7 minutes to fall to the ground. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Just one sec. Sorry, guys. Back to Bruce Cooper, because I cracked a joke and nobody laughed. And it sounded
Oh.
like
Well, let's revisit the joke.
and it sounded like I was being a dick.
You're not funny.
It sounded like I was being a dick, which I think most people just kind of know that I'm a dick, so maybe that's why they just kind of went along with it. But of course we know Bruce Cooper. I was saying, nah, we don't know Bruce Cooper, but Bruce is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and actually another guy who I and like many of you guys have met through No Man's Sky, not just Twitch, but No Man's Sky specifically. Dude loves the game. He actually, I remember when he first started streaming the game, he actually did a YouTube video, and it was just a really nice monologue of him talking about how much he loves the game, and I thought that was so cool. So shout out to Bruce. He knows I was joking.
For sure.
You guys obviously
Definitely.
didn't. You
Cheers
guys were
to
like,
Bruce.
wow, Dylan's a dick. But yeah, Bruce is a cool guy. I follow him on Twitch. I think I don't know if he's partnered or not. I'm pretty sure he is. He's got a lot of viewers, very successful.
Yeah,
and
he's
friendly
he's got a
community.
good thing going.
Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there before anyone was like, wow, Cloudrunner's an asshole.
Super douche.
Yeah. There are a lot of great streamers, that I can think of for No Man's Sky specifically. I mean, Codver Prime, I'm seeing him in our chat as well. What's up, Cod? I mean, he's been a longtime supporter of my channel as well. But I mean, he's a guy that actually has like such a great way of breaking down the lore in No Man's Sky, and
it's the best. His Sunday streams are great.
Yeah.
It certainly he brings like that. I will say this too about COD. He's got such a handle on the the science and the mystery that's going on. Sometimes I get lost in like some of those. What I'm reading, because I don't do them like one after the other, but it's like I really enjoy watching those streams because I learned so much myself that might have gone over my head.
Well, that's the thing.
What's going on?
The lore in NMS is so cryptic, right? But COD's got a really good way. He's got a really nice way of I wouldn't say dumbing it down, but he's just got a good way of explaining it that even someone like me can understand it. So I mean, he does a great job.
I was just in an abandoned building this week playing, and the thing came up about the haze zone, and it took me back to all of the experiments that we were doing early on, in the haze zone, where he set up where we were kind of just for science, basically, to see what was going on in that region near the center of Euclid. I think it was the center of Euclid, but it was so much fun.
Well, I think it was the center of a few galaxies. If I remember correctly, it was CC for Life after you guys all joined.
But when we first started, I'm trying to think which galaxy when we first.
It was Euclid. It was Euclid. Yeah. Euclid's been a hot spot of haze zone lore for quite some time, and he's recently moved to the other galaxies as well, like 28. I think is one of those perfect numbers, 6 and 28 or something. Was it? Geez, now I can't remember. But yeah, he's done some extensive research and worked his way through the galaxies. His streams are fantastic. Lots of lore and knowledge of the game and different things. He's actually been doing.
There's a structure to him, right?
Well,
and it's like it's really good.
He's the Neil deGrasse of No Man's Sky.
Exactly. He's been doing the No Man's Sky Unplugged, right, where he's playing the day one disc without the updates, which is always kind of fun to see how it's changed in such a short time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's gonna do it again.
Genetic code. Didn't he make it to like Galaxy like 200 something or rather?
Oh, he's crossed over.
Gene?
He
Yeah.
passed 255 into back
Oh
into
my
Euclid
God.
again.
I was gonna say, Gene.
Oh,
I
he's
believe
back.
he's done it twice.
Wow. Oh my God.
I'm gonna say,
Gotta
I'm pretty sure Gene's
Oh, man.
broke, like he's busted the game like 1,000 times. Like he's done
Oh
everything
yeah,
in the
Yeah,
game.
his completing the zoology on planets. Like
Yeah.
I was really
he's
into
like
that
at
early
1,000
on.
or 2,000 or something, right?
Yeah, like I thought I was doing well. Like I hit 100 like
Yeah.
before
Oh, nice.
foundation, and I'm like, I did it, And then like I see him, and he was, I think at that time, he was beyond that. But then like it wasn't too much longer. He's like approaching 1,000, and he would have been there much sooner had he not had broken his game. Basically, he had to get it like fixed. He was stuck at like 990, I think, for months, just waiting on Hello Games to fix his save. Or
I
else
think it was
would've
a
been-
year.
Yeah. And he still
Yeah,
has
it's
everything else
insanity.
maxed out too. He's one of those freaks. Like he's not just
I-
really good at that. He's
Well,
got like everything. He'll be like,
he's the
oh,
one-
S-class multi-tool? Yeah,
Yeah.
I got fucking one of these. Yeah, no problem. Like,
Right. Well, that's because his philosophy, and I think I don't remember. It was on some stream. I don't know if it was my stream or what. But I bought something that wasn't S class, and he gave it to me. He said, S class or no class. And I was like, God damn it, you're right. I don't want it. Send it back.
God damn it, you're right.
I'll sit here for another 36 hours.
Oh yeah, Gene
Until I
won't put
get
up with that
that
shit.
Yeah.
I
Don't
think
you
half of
settle.
my gameplay
Don't
has
you
been
dare
sitting at a
settle.
trading
He's,
post.
he's chirped, oh yeah, he's chirped at me in a few streams. What the fuck's the matter with you, man? Go big or go home.
I've never left the Euclid. Like
Oh man.
it's been like
That-
I've stayed in that galaxy since day one.
DG and I were talking about this not too long ago, but one of our favorite things in the game is, and I understand why you don't want to leave Euclid, because it's a decision you have to make, and like there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on, that you would have to leave behind as far as like other
That's what other
players
saves
and
are
whatnot.
for.
Yeah, exactly. But like just the experience, like when you spent a lot of time in one galaxy and then you go through the center, and I disagree with a lot of people who say that it's not satisfying, because I find it immensely satisfying, because there's just that moment of kind of reflection, and as you pass through the song and just kind of what happens, to me is a special experience of the game, and I would hate to see that go away.
Every time,
It is.
Every time.
It gives me goosebumps every time. Yeah, and I've gone through hundreds of centers, and I still get goosebumps every time I cross.
Yeah, it's a nice.
For
There's
me, that is probably my most favorite part, is when the music plays and the graphics come up and you put the controller down and just watch and listen.
Yeah.
yeah, very
Yeah,
satisfying.
Yeah, I'll turn the TV up. Hell, I've even been in chat parties where I'll just stop and turn the TV up and blare everybody out with the music of that. It's one of those moments. If you've not
Yeah.
tried it, you really simply must.
I've touched myself.
I have
Just start a new
several
save.
Yeah,
like
I
that's
have
DG said.
several.
That's
And
true,
I'm
too.
all over the place. I'm in every bloody galaxy across, right up to 42 just about. I've got a couple of alts. If you've run out of saves, you can make an alt,
That's
and
true,
still
yeah.
be able to play online multiplayer, so long as your main account has PlayStation Plus. The only difference when you don't have PlayStation Plus is you can't use the online cloud storage, or stream or anything like that. But for all intents and purposes, you can play a whole new what do you get, 5 saves per name?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so you start a new alt, you can do anything. Maybe I want another permadeath, another normal. I've
You
got
can
like
do it in,
4 normal
creative, right?
accounts. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. I've got a creative save, permadeath, survival. I've got all of them, all scattered amongst a couple of different alts. You can just continue to play and make another name up and have another 5 new saves.
For sure.
Absolutely.
You can do anything you want.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go, guys. I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Oh, you can't. Not with Sean Murray tweeting. You got to call in.
No, right? Listen,
Yeah, what is
we
the
can
is the
get
trailer up and you're not telling us, you son of a bitch?
No,
You said you were gonna do this.
No, if we do get a trailer, I will definitely call in if you guys
Yeah.
are still live. But I gotta go back to work, unfortunately.
Get out of here,
Just
man.
take like some syrup of Ipecac with you, and if a trailer drops, just I mean, it'll be painful for you, but at least you'll be able to leave.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a
for
good
having
one.
me, guys.
Thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
it's good,
Later, man.
good talking with you.
Take care.
Take care.
Star Jumper, everybody on YouTube, make sure you give him a follow. Sean Murray did just tweet actually another. It's the trailer that we've all seen already with the
The space station and the ship.
yeah. Actually, I think this was what trailer was this? This is the one where they're using the multi-tool and they're running around. It was one of the earlier trailers. He's saying, we think actions and patch notes are how we best communicate, but we knew we needed to announce VR early. We showed this trailer.
yeah.
We're super proud of how the game works in VR. So they're showing the VR trailer right now. We're getting a trailer today, guys. I just have a feeling.
Yeah. This is crazy, man.
I was going to end the stream soon, but I think we should just keep this. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a trailer in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I've got a meeting in a little bit. I might have to
Quit your job?
log on and mute myself. I'll be there. They'll see my name. They just won't hear from me. I'll just blame it on audio. I had some audio, problems, and the audio problems are I was in Discord. I didn't join your fucking call. So
Yeah. I'm actually gonna have to add. I'm gonna add a display capture here because when that trailer does drop, we're gonna have to stream it.
yeah.
So
man,
ignore the blank
Would
screen
you guys
here,
like to see
everybody.
some new ships? We've seen a lot of those mods.
yeah.
Like Radar.
I mean, I'm all for
I would love
that.
to see a new selection of ships or additional ships added to the current roster of ships that are available.
Oh, I'd love to see
Yeah, we
new ships,
did that. What was it, Atlas Rises that we got the kind of
Exotic.
the squid and the other ball
all the
ships or
all
whatever
the
you wanna
exotics.
call 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd like to see more of them, different types. They've got some really cool designs I've seen. Star Wars designs, and hell, I even saw the Spaceballs bus.
Yeah.
I think I saw that too.
You know what? I would like?
I'm all for that, and any variety, helps in my opinion, to what we already have as far as exploring and all that.
I'd like for them to
Absolutely.
re-release like another Explorers edition with a model of a ship. And I mean, the Vector Alpha is super cool. I love that model, but I would love to have like the OG Raza, like a model of that ship.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the same material.
Oh, I
all
miss
that
that
stuff.
boat.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I miss
would-
that boat. I just got the disc. I never went for the collector's pack.
it's so nice.
And boy,
dude.
do I ever regret it. I
Oh,
totally
yeah.
regret it. Every time I go down to the mall, I like poke my head in those little collector shops to see if maybe it might just happen to be one of those ships there.
Yeah, keep an
Never-
eye on eBay. That's where I got mine. I missed the boat too,
His
but I
paint
picked
is
it up
just
on
a
eBay
picture.
afterwards. But
Yeah, I
I'll
think
be right
I
back,
might have
guys.
to do that.
I think I
Okay.
got mine on. I think I ended up getting mine when they brought it back. They had it on their the 8-bit website or whatever, and it was gone. And then they brought it back, and then I got lucky because I think there was like a sale price, and I was lucky enough to get one. But yeah, man, it was so worth it. I mean, it comes with the little journal, the pen, just the model itself is so nice.
Yeah, I can't complain too much. I mean, I did. I did get the V4 pass, which has yet to be used for
So-
any apparent reason other than I have one.
Yeah.
Maybe they finally have a use for them. I don't know.
Oh, wouldn't that be
Kinda
cool?
Interesting.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Well, you never know. Maybe they're
Yeah.
in the update that we just don't know about yet. It's been sitting and they haven't been able to perfect it until now. Who knows?
Well, you know what?
HG, boy, they never stop releasing amazing content.
You just gave me an idea, and not that I ever think Sean Murray or anyone from Hello Games is going to hear this, but an idea. You just gave me an idea. I've been playing a lot of Destiny 2 lately, and if you buy little things outside of the game, they'll give you like a code, and then with that code you can go in the game and it'll unlock a banner or something, just a little trinket thing for you inside the game. That would be kind of cool to see with No Man's Sky. Like have like those codes that are
Oh,
on
it sure would.
those things give you like an extra helmet or a logo or a ship or something, like that only those card holders can have access to or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of like the decal that they released for the Galactic Hub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
That would be really kind of neat to have those kind of codes that only certain players can get, or certain things like that. Where it sets one person or a civilization up ever so slightly. Kind of a logo or something. Decals are great.
And do you think this
Definitely.
do you think this is gonna go? So when they say the first component, No Man's Sky Online, what do you take from that, man? Like, do you think that this is just gonna be like online RPG, online MMO? Like,
No.
What do you think?
No, I think they're going to increase the amount of players that you can join up with from 4 to 8.
You think that's it though? That's all NMS Online? Like, I mean, obviously there's gonna be a bunch of small things, but
well, what Stripe says makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But that's a big undertaking, and you need contracts from different platforms to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
I really don't know. That's some pretty awesome stuff if that's where it goes, and other platforms are available to play online with you and see you, and bases and ships and structures. I think they're going to increase the amount of players that you can play with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which would be good, because then space battles might actually be a little bit more fun to play with, people. Right now, you can 2-on-2 or 1-on-1. And there's not a lot that's really been done with space battles. I'm kind of working on some myself, which might be kind of interesting. Sanctioned civilization space battle.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, it's all fun and games, right?
Yeah.
An event where there's, like a tournament, and there's prizes in games, so there's no bad feelings, from one civilization to another, different media outlet.
That's cool.
There's so many different hubs and media groups, right? You've got Facebook and Amino, Discord, Reddit, and these are all different hubs and civilizations, right? So it'd be really kind of neat to bring those together in different ways.
Oh, 100%, dude. And I think we will. I think we're going to see that stuff. Like, I would love to see the ability to form a guild or a clan or something like that in a game too, and have, a group of pals do things. I still think, and Legacy Zero, I see him just joining the chat. What's going on, my dude? And actually, I'll take a page from his book. He's made some videos on this. That we still need something to do, and I think having like a group activity that you can do, a weekly event or something like that, a purpose to get shit done, is very important, and I hope that is either within NMS Online or the third component. And sorry, LZ, yes, we are aware of the tweets. We're pooping our pants over them, and I'm on Twit Watch. Yes. Don't worry, we got it. But thank you for letting us know, my friend.
Yeah, I'm on my second pair of pants now.
Yeah. Yeah. I just keep hitting refresh on his thing. So, like I was saying earlier, anyone just tuning in, DG and I, we're well aware. We've got, he just posted the VR trailer again. So, I kind of feel like he's building up to a trailer a week before the release. So, thanks, guys, for letting us know.
Definitely sounds like it.
Welcome to the show.
Possibly.
Hey, LZ. It's
the release of the.
Just want to say hello. Yeah, it's hard to like. I keep double, triple checking Sean's tweets to see when the next one is.
Oh yeah,
like
I'm just
the
hitting
next one is it. Like I really do.
I'm hitting refresh constantly, so if you guys start talking about something really cool and my response is
I can't talk about anything else because my brain doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Once Sean's tweeting, it kind of shuts down. It kind of.
If it sounds like I'm not listening to you, I'm not being rude. I'm just not listening. I'm just hitting refresh, all right, and staring at his Twitter. But yeah, we were gonna end the show a while ago, but I think we're just gonna keep it running because this is just getting crazy. This is my first live show over on YouTube. I'm loving it. I'm loving the way it's set up. Actually, you can do like a little countdown and all that shit too. It's pretty cool.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's worked out. It's been fun.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then I don't have to.
I don't know.
upload.
I probably won't be able to stay too much longer. Like I said, I do have a meeting that I need to be present for, but certainly can stay for a little bit. And I really do feel like that trailer's coming.
I do. I really do. Yeah. Hey, if
Yeah.
anyone wants to join the chat, we've got room. If anyone wants to, you just send.
Oh wait,
dude,
we are going to be revealing a short video showing a couple other details of our online component very soon. Holy shit!
Excellent.
It's happening.
There you go.
It's happening.
Oh,
It's happening.
oh my god! Yeah. So a very short video. So this won't be the trailer, if I'm reading this correctly. So VR is about 30 to 40% of what we are doing. Online is another 30 to 40%. We're going to be revealing a short video showing a couple of details of our online component very, very soon. And then, yes. All right.
We'll speak.
30
Deep
to
breaths.
40% of what we're doing. Remember when everyone was freaking
So a
out,
lot
like,
of it is
if they
online.
work on VR,
You
they
know
won't
what?
be able to fucking add spaceships. He's like, and he's like, VR is like 30 to 40% of what we're doing.
this is-
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Well,
it's
now
coming
what the
very,
fuck are we
very
gonna
soon.
do? Now we're all just quiet. Now it's just dead air.
I know.
We're just,
Like I
everyone's just
said,
staring
it's hard.
at the Twitter.
I mean,
like
when he tweets that, it's. I mean, what are we gonna do?
what do we do? We're like so much
What do
for
we
the
do?
show, man.
What do we
Oh.
talk about? Yeah.
like,
You can
what
just
the
listen
fuck?
to us breathe for those in chat.
Oh, everyone!
while
Don't worry,
while we
everyone in
wait.
chat's doing the same thing. They're like, don't leave that screen. Just fucking stare at his Twitter. Yeah, just do it. Do it. Don't talk about anything else. Shut up.
Man,
Oh my god, I have to pee.
Just go on the Twitter feed and show that on stream. Wait for the next one to come out.
Oh man.
so getting close to the third reveal. That's one of those things that I've just not been able to wrap my head around what it could possibly be. Like I don't know.
Well, there's so
I
many
don't-
things. Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Right.
Some of the coding that people have done in the game have suggested there's a food element to the game.
I did see that. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
what
more
else?
survival aspect would be nice.
Right. Yeah.
Eating,
I think that
shelters.
could be coming. But I don't know that would be the number. If it is that big enough for. And maybe it's just like the expectations of the third pillar, because it's been we waited so long after getting VR and expanded multiplayer. Like, what is it? What could it be?
Man.
I'm
Oh,
going back
man.
to multi-tools.
Oh,
It's something
That's
the
the
community
complaint.
has wanted for so long. They can't not know this, and so that
yeah.
must be something that
oh, I want to hear
Can
the
it be
little
that
robot
difficult
lady.
to implement? I don't know.
I want to hear that little robot lady.
They
You can
did the
own
multiple ships pretty easily.
multi-tools. Dudes, you guys keep talking. Sorry, I gotta run to the Ponzi room really quick, and I'll be RB. If the trailer drops, just yell really loud, and I'll
Run.
come running.
Run now. Yeah.
Entertain these
Man.
fine folk. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think one of the things I'm really looking forward to is the online expansion.
Right.
Even though the virtual reality I may not play much of, just due to my own vertigo issues, I think just the graphic improvements that they make that go along with that, being able to see your own arms, the cockpit in more detail.
Yeah, and
That's
looking
a
out,
huge thing.
looking to the right and actually seeing like the ship engines rotating. If you remember from the VR trailer, because you had a very limited view when you looked left and right in the cockpit.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
I think that's going to be expanded, and that looks, when you look out and you see that, you see the wing off to the right. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So definitely looking forward to that. I'd like to see them too bring back the ability to play with the filters on. It's not something I did so often, but on occasion I would always go back to that vintage like filter and play, and I found it like for nostalgia
was
purposes.
fun.
It was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. You can obviously still do that when you're taking screenshots, but that they scaled that back next. So hope that comes back.
Yeah, I'd like to see a few other little improvements, like maybe adjustments to the quick menu.
Well-
the photo mode would be nice if it was a
Yeah.
little bit easier to access.
Right.
Because photo mode is such a huge part of the game. I don't know about you guys, but a good portion of my game each time I play is always spent in photo mode, whether I'm taking a picture of whatever S class I found, or just running around a planet or a crazy creature I found. even if it's only like once or twice, a quick snapshot here or there, it's used every single time, and you don't realize how much of a part of the game it is until you look at your phone and find you've got over 10,000 screenshots.
It's
of
scary,
No Man's
isn't
Sky.
it?
Yeah, my
Oh,
wife
man.
says, "You got to delete these." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "You got
I've
10,000 pictures on your phone, and it's clogging up everything, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yep, I'll get on it."
I deleted a ton of pictures on my PC, and I still have close to 5,000. And then on PlayStation as well, I think. And I've gone in and I've cleaned that up in the capture gallery, and I think I have 35 gigs of NMS photos, and it's just insane. And it's something that, like, before, I know I've said this before I played No Man's Sky, like I hadn't taken a screenshot before, and like the first probably 100 pictures or so were me holding my camera phone up to the TV before I actually said, well, hey, this is how you're playing the game now. You're taking a lot of screenshots to actually learn how to actually do it. But yeah, Sean mentioned earlier, a few months ago, that there would be a lot of optimizations coming. So I do expect that we'll see that in many different forms.
Menu functions.
Yeah. Performance too. I think that's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He talks about quality of life an awful lot in his remarks. Oh, another tweet?
Yeah.
Okay.
We recently showed the third component of our update to some press. You'll be able to read about it closer to release. It's not a single feature, it's a few subtler things that are hard to make. Shut up. Hard to make a trailer for, but we hope it'll please a bunch of players. Oh, I'm sure it will. So we're not going to get a full trailer, I don't think, but they're going to show us a little thing. More, I noticed too, the last one was more the online components. I guess the first component they already mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fine. I'll be honest with you guys, and I've been saying this all along. I'm at the point, and I've been this way for a while. I don't even really care what the third component is at this point. I mean, I'll find out when I start playing it. I just want to know more about this NMS
It's all
Online.
gravy at this point.
Yeah, like NMS Online, I want to know more about that one because I know the name of it and I know nothing about it. At least I don't know anything. I don't know the name of the third one, so it's out of sight, out of mind. But NMS Online just intrigues the shit out of me, and I really want to know more about that.
Yeah. Okay, Sean, come on, let's tweet this video.
Hey, get your head out of your ass, Hello Games! Let's go!
Oh, man.
Sorry about that. I had a phone call. I don't know if anyone said anything. Disappeared for a minute.
No worries, my friend. You missed the trailer. It played, and then he deleted it right after.
I missed everything. Yeah. The release is today.
It was on Snapchat, so it's gone now. Oh, shit.
We'll be playing it a week from today. That's bananas. So what are you guys doing to prepare for the update? Are you like ready for another universe reset? Are you buying? I kind of expect that.
Do you think so? Are we gonna have?
I'm kind of.
I do.
I think that we're going to. Well, let's see. I'm probably going to start a new save, so I'm not really doing anything particular. I've had some save issues, so like I haven't been really tied to my main save like in updates of the past. Which is funny because I did so much preparation for next, and then like I think it was on the second day I was on a stream or on your stream, Cloud, and you started over. I'm like, well, shit, guess I'll start over too. And I did, and
those
because it was just
not important.
There was so much change.
Yeah.
It was hard to kind of figure out what was going on, and it's like it made more sense because when I opened up my inventory and I saw all of the tech that was no longer usful, the salvageable tech was just that filled like your ship inventory, and all your components were broken down. I'm like, what do I do? Like it just made sense to start over.
It was overwhelming. Yeah. It was. So,
and I kind of think with VR, I'd like to do that too.
It was great.
Yeah. I love being overwhelmed in video games. I mean, I've never experienced that as much as I have in a game like No Man's Sky. Like Destiny 2 now is getting crazy like that. Like there's just so many things that these places or these not places, sorry, these developers are adding and adding and adding to their games, and I'm just blown away by the love that they have for their game. I'm blown away by it. Hella Games does not have to do this. Like they do not have to do any of this, and they have exceeded what they have done to even please the haters in the beginning, or after the first year, the second year, they could have stopped. And VR and this online component and whatever the third one is, and again, they don't have to do this, and it just shows you that I'm not trying to sound corny or cheesy, but they don't just love the game, they love us. Like they're doing this. They're doing this for us.
No cost.
And at no cost.
There's no cost either.
Exactly. This is not DLC
you don't have
that you
to
got to pay
money.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's so many, people have talked about it, but like, you kind of feel guilty at some point, like, because as far as like time played in one game, it's like, I feel like, I mean, if you look at my Steam, I have like, I would say probably, well, on PC I have like 1,500 hours in No Man's Sky, and then I have probably 1,700 hours total. Like 1,500 hours of all my games is No Man's Sky, and it's like I feel like I should give them more money and not,
I know,
not some of these other ones that I don't play.
I just want to reach out to them. I want to be like, do you guys have a PayPal account or something? Like, can I just do you guys have a Patreon? I can just fucking throw some money at you monthly. Like, you don't have to give this to be
game
free.
A couple of times.
Oh yeah.
But still.
And I'm sure you will again, knowing you, man. I know you'll want the new cover art and the discs and all that.
I was thinking about that too. It's like, God, do I really need it? Yes. Yes. Short answer is
yeah.
Absolutely.
I know. I got that.
It doesn't take a whole lot of convincing, twist your arm just a little. Yeah, okay, sure.
Before the game was released on Xbox, I used to tell people all the time, I'd be like, I own 3 copies of the game, and they'd be like, oh sweet, and then it would kick in. They'd be like, it's only on 2 platforms though. Oh yeah, we're all messed. We're all messed up.
I'm still using my day one day.
What's that, Deej?
Barely even left. I'm still using the day one disc.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm sure your disc hasn't even left your PlayStation since
It's been in there the whole time.
It hasn't. It has. Yeah. I took it out once to see if it was warped, and I put it right back. No,
blow on it like the old school Nintendo game.
Yeah. Make sure there's no scratches. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, a little daily NMS, just my usual thing. I get on for half an hour or something, maybe an hour. If I'm lucky someday.
Well, no, it's one of those games.
Nothing.
Like you say, you can get on it for half an hour, you can get on it for hours at a time, and those are the best games. Some games you jump on and it's like you have to dedicate yourself for the next little bit because you got to run a raid or do something crazy or whatever.
Or missions.
Yeah, right. Or like a storyline or whatever. It's like No Man's Sky. I've hopped on for literally 5 minutes and then jumped off and come back hours later and then played it for 6 hours. Like it's nuts.
Well, even the storyline, you can put it down for extended periods. You don't have to play it all the way through in one go.
Yeah.
You can put it down and move on to a different mission because it gives you all the options and the logs. Once you figure out how the menu sort of works, you can use it to your advantage and do whatever you want to do in the game. A couple of my saves, I mean, I haven't done the Artemis quest or the path, but hey, I got like 6 S-class ships and a freighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of saving the Artemis quest recently for VR and doing that. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Oh,
it would be.
If I have to do the Artemis quest one more time, I'm gonna just fucking throw my face into the wall.
Oh, I've got it down pat now. I've done it a bunch of times.
I've done it too many times, man. I can't do it anymore. I'm not doing it.
Well, you're gonna have to if you start over.
I know.
I guess you could.
It's gonna suck.
I mean, don't you need it? to get through to get all of your
You need it
components.
for glyphs.
Yeah.
One of the things I would like to
Yeah.
see, all of the items that were in the online like season 1 weekly events that we did last fall. I think I would like to see them made available for purchase or another way to earn Quicksilver, because one of the things I realized is when I had save issues is like I couldn't get those things like with another save, I got them only on my normal mode for PC. So when I was on PlayStation or Xbox, like I didn't have access to them. And there's some really cool stuff, especially when you're, decorating your base, that you'd like to have.
Yeah, I like
and
that
some of the helmets too.
Yeah. Oh, I was so disappointed that first spawn helmet wasn't for a Gek.
Yeah, a lot of people were really disappointed about that. They thought certainly that was what it was for, but it wasn't.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted it to look like a Krogan.
I like the emojis. I don't know what it is, but I never thought I would like the silly emojis.
Yeah, I do too.
But it turns out they're one of my favorite things to earn the Quicksilver and get.
Yeah.
Or getting all those emojis.
I definitely like them more than I thought I would. I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh, great. When they said they were coming, I wasn't that amped about them. I don't do them too much, but they're certainly not bad.
Now I use them all the time. Right, I use emojis to create sort of a story in pictures sometimes that I'll post in Amino. And you can get different gestures and so on using the arms. And it doesn't have to be the emoji that it's meant to be. You can just use it as a photo for the gesture that you want. And you can actually kind of create kind of a little bit of a storyboard by just using the emojis, all with pictures.
I just used them to not talk to people.
Sorry, I was refreshing.
Me too, dude. I think we all are. I've been. That's all I've been doing is refreshing. If you hear click, 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 that's me.
Yeah, I'm on iPad.
Oh, trust me. I think the three of us are doing the same thing. and don't worry. Everyone in chat's gonna do the same thing too. They're gonna be like,
right, yeah,
tweet
yeah.
it, go now.
Certainly not capable of compelling conversation right this minute. There's too many other things.
Actually, I think everyone left the chat just to go stalk Murray's Twitter.
Oh yeah,
and I don't blame them. That's fine.
It's entirely possible. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get something today. And oh my god, I was kind of expecting, like a trailer. I thought, okay, a week before the update, I wouldn't be surprised if we got either the third component, maybe not a trailer till we get closer. But I think we're gonna get something today. Well, we are gonna get something today. He confirms it. But I don't know if it's going to be a trailer. What did he say? It wasn't going to be like the actual trailer.
He said a short video about the online component.
He mentioned because he let people demo it at the thing, so that's probably what he's going to show us is like that footage. I'm guessing.
Right, because there might be. Now that you mentioned that, there's probably going to be like an article. Remember last year there were some articles that came out like right before. It was really his first time like kind of greeting the press again, and they did talk. We learned a lot about some of the features, like the unlimited base building was one that I remember.
Right.
And we learned a lot about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shared that with me actually. I think you sent that to me through a tweet, and then I watched it, and that was a wonderful interview, early interview. Yeah.
It was just cool, like kind of see him, come out, and he did interviews for like all of the major publications too. It wasn't just like one, and there was kind of something I didn't know if we'd ever see, just based on kind of the amount of hate and history of it, but it was good.
And fuck, dude, like, do you know how lucky Kyle Culver is that you got to touch him?
Yeah.
He's in like God stat.
Oh, well, I went to happy hour with Kyle a couple weeks ago. And I got to shake his
that's right.
hand, so
I was just gonna say
the second degree, like I'm kind of like,
There
big deal now too.
Oh shit! Oh my god! This is blowing my mind. And then you're gonna come watch a hockey game here in January.
Yes.
and then I'm just gonna lick your hands, so don't get freaked out. Don't take it the wrong way. Yeah, don't take it the wrong way.
Wet wipes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just be prepared is all I'm saying. I might have to shove one of them up my ass. But don't it's not sexual. Don't, it's just, you know. Oh my god. Yeah, I saw those pictures that he had. Yeah. Deej is like, I don't like either one of you now. No, those pictures that he had when he put them up on Twitter, those black and white photos especially, when he was like, you know, showing his scrapbook to Sean Murray, and they were very nice candid photos that his friend took. I hope he's got those in like a frame or something, because that's a keepsake, man. Out of all the No Man's Sky things I have, I would trade them all for a picture like what he had with Sean Murray.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty badass.
I'd trade everything I had
and
just for that.
And he had such great pictures too from it, you know, to kind of reflect on, and instantly envious of that.
Which reminds me, I think Kyle said that he never got his Atlas 7 pass. So Photoshop my face over yours in one of those pictures, and I'll give you my Atlas pass.
a picture like in color of my face on a black and white. You know,
yeah, you got to make it look real, Kyle. Make it look real.
Right.
Yeah.
and the Atlas pass might be photocopied, but still, I'll give it to you. It'll be fine.
Come on, Sean. Come on, tweet.
I have this the image of the Lilu multipass from the Fifth Element that strikes across my.
Hey, didn't they recently start giving away? Remember a long time ago they did those surveys and they said they were going to do some prize giveaways to like some just like a few people, like 20 people or something like that.
Yeah,
I think Agent Tomcat of the FDI, Amino, he got a prize.
Did he?
They sent emails to people, and his will be arriving shortly, apparently.
So they just got his mailing address or something. They didn't say what it was or anything?
No, I think it was collector's memorabilia.
Collector's memorabilia?
I don't know if you guys saw the chat. Snow Obsidian asked how much longer we'll be streaming. So I'll let you guys answer that. I'm going to have to bounce here probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes. Maybe sooner.
I know myself, I've got about 10 or 15 minutes left before I have to go out. But so far, it's been a pretty darn good time.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation. Always love talking
we
No
haven't
Man's
done
Sky
this
with
in
you
a
guys.
while. This is really nice. Yeah, we haven't done NMS's life in. Has it been 6 months already?
Oh my god, I don't know. It's been at least
been a while.
7 years.
It was Christmas. Christmas was when we. It's been 8 months.
Wow.
This is actually the 25th
just
episode.
Before Christmas. Yeah, just before Christmas. Was I think the last episode.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wow. After the Olympics.
Yeah. And we're going to do it again. I've got a lot I want to do with this YouTube channel. I want to upload at least one video a week, if not more, but definitely one. If I can do a live podcast, it won't necessarily be NMS's life, but I want to do like my comic reviews, things like that, a whole bunch of game and movie talk and shit like that. Anytime, of course, it's NMS's life, you guys are going to be on it. I mean, I can't do this show on my own. I love having you guys with me to talk about it. So, my God,
it's a great format.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm
looking forward
to
the talk
it.
show kind of idea.
It's great.
A panel of guests talking and having fun.
Yeah. Ms. High just joined the chat. What's
just
going on?
There, hitting refresh.
Yeah.
my contributions are minimal.
No. That's
I'm just breathing.
Oh no. That's an important job, man.
End.
That is not minimal. That's an important job. We need a dedicated refresher. That's good. That's good shit.
I mean, I have glanced over at work email a couple times. Nothing's drawn me in yet, but I do have that meeting that I'm gonna have to go to. But I'll be pissed that I'm there. I've got things I've got to be doing, so hopefully Sean drops this thing.
Oh yeah,
in the next minute or two.
If it's during your meeting, I'll be tweeting at you. Guess what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Oh shit, Ms. Hyde, thanks for joining us this morning or this afternoon, whatever time it is over there. And I do have Hollow Knight actually on PC, I believe, and I want to play that. I've actually been wanting to play Hollow Knight for a long time, so there will be a video of that as well. Just gonna get real baked one of these days and play it. Looks like one of those trippy games. I keep watching this trailer that Peaceful Gamer has slowed down here. And it's just getting me even more excited for whatever the hell Murray's gonna show us today. Like, this is nuts. It's like
I'll be right back, guys.
For sure, dude. To show you the scale of this, like, whatever it could be, Deej, like, when it shows that ship, that really tells me how big this area is. Looks like how big this area is. Like, if that is a station or a space station or whatever, it's like, it's
well,
huge.
it feels like a section below the space station. Like, have you ever walked around the space station and you notice that there's certain places you can't go?
Yeah.
And it's right in the middle of a walkway, and you look down, and there's a hole. You can't really see into it very well, but there's like a hole, and it leads into a lower portion, but you can't get there, and you can barely see it. And I'm kind of wondering, if, you know, with the ship customization, you know, you go into a certain area of the space station, your ship, you know, goes down like a little elevator on the pad or something, I don't know, and it puts you into a new place in the space station, which is what we see now, which is kind of like that sort of like look, almost industrial city. It looks really cool, and I'm really kind of curious as how it's all going to play out and what it really is. But it definitely looks like a space station of some kind. Who knows? Maybe we're finally able to make our own space stations.
That's what I was thinking.
Abandoned space stations, right?
Yeah.
Because we've got abandoned space stations in
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Right. And we've got crashed freighters in the game. Will we finally be able to repair them and take them just like we did at Crash? Who knows?
Ooh, which reminds me of another.
I'm excited to find out.
It reminds me of another point, though, when you mentioned that, like fixing things and doing stuff like that. And again, I just keep going back to NMS Online, because when I hear NMS Online, I think of online RPG or MMO elements. And you just reminded me when you said fix things, it would be really, another thing that I think would be really cool would be to have character classes. So have like an engineer, have a scientist, have a bounty hunter, a fighter, you know what I mean? And that character, you can level up certain stats like an MMO. Is that getting too crazy, or wouldn't that be wild?
No, but it would lend itself to adding bonuses to the multi-tool you use, I guess.
Yeah.
Combat scenarios.
And if you're in a guild or a clan, then you kind of have a role. You know what I mean? You've got a couple of fighters, you like guys that are really good at combat. You got other guys that are really good at science or exploration. You know, like that's what I'm thinking.
Well, the possibilities are endless.
Oh, they are.
And they've left the door wide open. You know, and we've come to expect that really they can drop just about anything. The capabilities of that small HG company to, you know, on some of the things that they put forth on these updates it's amazing.
It's insane.
And each time it's ridiculously amazing.
Yeah.
From, you know, foundation all the way up. These are huge updates.
Yeah.
The implementation of the base building, the exocraft, complexity limits, and that's just scratching the surface, right? And it's all in the procedural generated game.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It is truly amazing.
And
really.
Again, they don't owe us anything. Like they're just. If anything, they owe us a big fuck you for all the shit talk in the beginning, you know. But instead,
we didn't shit talk them. We were the ones who supported.
Well, not us. I mean, I just mean in general, right?
Yes.
Like they got
us,
a lot
the
of
community,
a lot of heat.
Me,
but
all the other aminos.
Yeah.
Everybody supported HG, right?
Yeah.
We've all loved their content. That's the community that has formed with No Man's
well,
Sky.
yeah. And that's definitely what they focused on.
Players.
Yeah. But I mean, to do this all for free, to do it all, to give players, not necessarily what they want. I don't want to sound entitled, like give us what we want, but they listen to us. They listen to our ideas. They may not give it to you
absolutely
exactly what you want, but they really do listen to the feedback. And other games have got to do this, man. I'm looking at all these games that are adding things, and some games make you pay for their DLC or their extra content. Hello Games is one of those games that
Skyrim
that doesn't. Yeah, but I mean, like But they're just like they're just giving these things like crazy, and I don't want to start shit talking like EA, but it's like I look at games like Anthem, and it's like, come on guys, catch up, you know, like look at what everyone else is doing, and get on board, man. Warframe's another game that just keeps adding, you know, great free content and stuff like that, and more games need to start doing this. And you know, Hello Games, again, I've said it earlier today, and I'll say it again, they just don't get enough credit. They're really pushing the industry, in my opinion.
I think, yeah, I think that, you know, people obviously want them to be more communicative, but you know, that's not their style, for one, and they have, you know, they have done it in other ways, that like that the survey feedback form that we did last fall.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about it, I mean that's as much of a communication that, you know, anyone is going to do, to actually elicit feedback from the community, from everybody, and, you know, find out what they want to see in the game, and just get a pulse on that, and what the community wants. And I don't think, I mean, I don't know, maybe other gaming companies do that, but it was a great touch.
Oh, it was. It was an absolute list of... Now, I watched Cobra's cast where he broke that down as well, and I 100% agree where he mentioned, like, I'm pretty sure that was a list of things that are all going to be in the game, and the point of the survey was more like...
Prioritize.
What do you guys want first, you know? And yeah, it's so true. I think everything on that list we are going to see in this update. I think this update is going to be the fun, and then some. I mean, they're gonna add a bunch of other shit.
Well, it sounds that way.
Yeah,
it definitely sounds that way. As they're talking about lots of little updates and one big update. It sounds like it's all those little things that they touched upon in the survey, possibly even more. Who knows? Guess we'll find out soon.
I just can't wait, man. I can't wait to...
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully in the next 10 minutes before
I need to get back on track as far as breathing, you know.
As far as breathing?
I know. I still have to go out and get some shopping done before going to work today.
I know. It's going to drop, like, right at 10 o'clock.
Oh, as soon as we stop the show.
In 13 minutes. Yeah.
Right when you
that's when I'm... As soon as I log on to this work meeting, that's going to be when it drops.
Always.
The important thing is we're all here and we're having a good time.
Yeah, but it has been fun for sure. Always, like you said, always good to talk about No Man's Sky.
Well, it's just funny how it builds and builds and builds. I mean, you see the community at one point fighting over the update because, you know, they're speculating this and that, and then but the closer and closer it gets to the update, nobody cares anymore. It's just like, oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. I don't care what's in it, you know, let's just do this.
I think, you know, getting a release date on, you know, last Friday, that really kind of put to bed a lot of the squabbling. Now there's still some of it going on, I've seen, but like that kind of got everybody, you know, focused on the same page as far as that goes. You know, it'd be interesting to see, you know, whether it's part of this update or maybe a future one, if they ever do anything more with the story. Like add, like I thought it would be cool, you know, if they would add kind of a new mystery to just introduce it to, and I don't know what that would be, whether it's a threat, you know, or just something that you read about, but I'm all for it. I've been a big fan of what they added with Atlas Rises and kind of that additional content. You know, it's easy to fun to geek out to.
No, I agree. And I'll go back to our pal Legacy Zero, who made a great video. This is an older one, like months ago, about having a common villain in the game, and I don't think that would be a bad idea. I mean, I don't know if I'd want the game to be like a full action game or anything like that, but to have like just like a common threat in the universe. It could be the Atlas itself, and they just implement that story wise, but having like just a common goal that everyone can kind of work together. Because right now, even if it is online and we're all running around together, hey, it's cool, it's fun, let's go explore and name some fucking trees. But what about taking down like a, you know, like a crazy, not just an amount of sentinels or something, but like let's go into this this Atlas station and fight the entities that are in there, or the monstrosities that they've added, or something like that. Go into a cave and, you know, maybe we get some crazy rewards if we can get to the end of this thing. I don't know.
Community events.
That's what I'm thinking. And every time I think of the title No Man's Sky Online, every time I hear online, that's where my train of thought goes. I just think of these online games and how they do things. So you never know. Maybe they'll implement that. They did do the weekly events for a while. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that kind of it was lackluster. I was excited at first, then I kind of got bored with them after. But I think that was almost like a test. I think they just wanted to implement something like that to see if they can do it, to see how it would work, and even how we would react. And maybe that helped lead to No Man's Sky Online. Maybe they thought, hey, this is a good reaction. People are loving the rewards that you get, things like that. Starting to feel more like an MMO to me.
We'll see as soon as Sean drops the trailer. this teaser video.
I was gonna say you're still just clicking refresh.
I am, man. It's pathetic.
I go on a long tangent, and then both you guys are just like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Sean just tweeted a sandwich.
I'm probably gonna have to bounce here in like a couple minutes because I've got a couple things I gotta get ready for work. So my head's kind of drifting elsewhere.
No worries. You know, I have to too.
But
the show was supposed to end like an hour ago, but
I think I told you, like, initially when you asked, I said, yeah, as long as it doesn't go any more than a half an hour,
oh yeah,
I'll be fine. You know, and here we are 2 hours later.
I know. Yeah.
Thankfully, I did adjust my schedule to work from home today.
Oh, nice.
But I was planning on going to the office, so thankfully that's not happening. But.
Unfortunately, I have to work myself.
Yeah, you gotta work. You have to work soon, don't you, DJ?
Yeah, and I booked the wrong date off for the update too. So I booked off days month, but I guessed wrong this time. So hey, c'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Well,
at least you'll have the update to play then.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's at least after,
the
right?
update will be there.
Good.
I'll just be behind everybody because I'll get home from work and everyone will be like, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? No, not yet.
I mean, I know people who already took this week off thinking it was going to drop like this week or, you know, on the anniversary and, you know, specifically for that.
Yeah. I think Kirby booked this week off.
Yeah. I think he had some other things going on too because it was his birthday. But like, I think he was thinking in the back of his mind, you know, hoping that it would all line up.
It's hard to plan for.
But it came up Millhouse.
Yeah, it's hard to plan.
I do wish they would give us more definitive dates. You know, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of that they don't know
so
exactly. You know, at least we got that. I mean, if you think back to the first couple, Foundation and Pathfinder. And even Atlas Rises, like we didn't have dates. I think we did. Yeah. We could kind of feel happened. With Waking Titan that we were getting nearer, but like, you know, this it obviously would have been nice to have been able to get this time off months in advance. But you know, they probably, you know, they're not sure exactly what features are going to make it in. I'm sure they have an idea that most of it will, but there might be some things they got to cut, you know, for one of those
maybe a few
those patches. You know, we've gotten some decent things in those patches, like, you know, a month after the update drops. You know, I remember, you know, some really cool things like the flight. I think it was the ship handling was one of those. That differentiated the flying a hauler from a fighter. That didn't come with the update. It was like a couple weeks later in a patch they just threw in.
Yeah, there were some biome updates as well.
Some
weather. The update had already come out, and I'm out exploring. And I came back and found out my planet had changed. My home planet had.
Oh right.
Changed. Yeah, to a lush planet, to like a scalding rainstorm cesspool.
Do you feel so violated when that happens too?
This isn't my base. That's my base.
How much did I drink last night?
All right, gentlemen, I got to run. But it was fantastic chatting, and I'm sure I'll be chatting with you guys online.
Yeah, Stripes.
talking to you,
Thanks for
buddy.
joining us, man.
Till next time.
All right, buddy.
For sure. Take it easy.
You too. And then there were two.
And then there were two. It's just you and me, brother.
Not for
Shit.
long, I'm afraid. Yeah, I gotta get off soon myself.
Yeah, me too. Like
But
I
I'll
say,
stay as long.
this was supposed to be like a 30 to. I was like 30 minutes. I'm like, if we get like good conversation, it'll get into an hour. You know, here we are. Gonna be like 3 hours later.
Well, you know what? It's funny enough. This happened the other night. I'm doing a thing on Amino. It's like a little radio show using a room. Think of streaming, only super basic. I'm not streaming. I'm showing a video in a chat room for people to watch, and I'm talking live. So we're talking
that's cool.
extreme basic. It's different, and it's kind of fun. And sort of, advertising it like a retro radio kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And we got on for like a 15-minute interview session that turned into 2 hours. Lily Hop and myself had a great discussion going. It was fantastic. We got to reach out to the community, the Amino community, because that's who it's geared for, and people were tuning in just like they do with Twitch or YouTube. There's a lot of really cool things
that is cool.
that are coming out of the woodwork with different projects that people are doing. People are making card games and interactive games. Really cool stuff.
Card games for No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
One of the communities is working on a card game of some kind, using all the different communities and hubs that No Man's Sky has. And he's going around and asking for profile pictures that he can use to make a player card.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Similar to like a D&D kind of.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, sure, we'll help you out. So, I went through and got a few pictures, and see how that goes, and see how he's able to make it work.
Oh, nice.
And there's interactive games as well. Kid Darko has made one where you follow like quest, and each place that you go to gives you another code which you log on to. What's that website called? Oh gosh, now I can't remember the name of the website.
The Pilgrim
There's a
Star
website
Path?
that you can log on. Nope, not that one. It's just a regular website that you log on to. But it
Google?
You can put bigger messages. No, not Google. You put larger messages that can't fit in a COM ball, right? So there's a code in a COM ball, and you use the COM ball code to log on to this service, and then you can go on from there. Anyways, you can go from multiple systems, just checking code and moving on and solving the sort of little story that he set out for you. Lots of really good ideas that the community has, and Amino and Discord, a couple of places that you can find these people and how to play them and stuff like that. I mean, is my home. I really enjoy it an awful lot. So I focus a lot of time on it. But Discord is a new thing for me that's been around for a while, and it seems a large, very, very, very large portion of the community uses Discord.
Discord's great for me just because of my streaming and my channel and everything too as well, right? So obviously there's a big No Man's Sky section in there, but I mean the Amino's great. The Amino's great just for uploading your photos, your stories, sharing your experiences with other like-minded people. And I mean, there's a lot of good people in there, like you and Lily especially, very welcoming to the NMS community. And I think you guys are expecting an influx, I would say, after next Wednesday, aren't you?
Oh, definitely. And there's been a lot of, other side projects. There's like governances that have been introduced to the game. So you've heard of the Federation and so on, right? There's other political forums now that you can speak in front of. The cafe's taking part in them. And we have one that's called UN 42, and it's got a governance system with laws and so on and so forth. That encompasses sort of the entire universe for people to join, to be a part of and know that there is something there that sort of covers them. And it, there's all kinds of things like that. Like who'd have ever thought you'd have that much involved in the game outside of the game?
Sorry.
Did I lose you?
No. Sorry, I'm on Murray watch again. Yeah.
Murray watch. Yeah, and it's just such an amazing community. There's so much there. The content is the game. The actual community is where the actual real fun is.
Oh, I agree,
interacting
man.
with your friends about the game.
Yeah.
And my hobby has taken a sort of a whole different way. Instead of playing the game as a hobby, I use the game as content. But the hobby is actually, interacting with the community on Discord and Amiibo.
Yeah.
So
probably end
I've
up
never
doing
would have
that
met so
more
many
than
great
you do
people.
play the game.
Yeah, there's so many people I met that are just such great people that I never would have met otherwise. Just floating randomly in space with nothing better to do or no one to talk to about.
Yeah.
And the community provides all that, right? Screenshots, questions, answers, everything.
And I've never been in a community, and I've said this before, I've been in a lot of gaming communities, but never one like No Man's Sky where everybody's so like-minded and welcoming to every player that gets involved in it. And I think at the Amino Hub, the NMS Cafe, and all those places, like, so welcoming and just an amazing place to be in. The little contests that you guys do are super fun, keeps everybody active. My dog's telling me that Sean Murray is tweeted, I think, or someone's trapped in a well, one of the two. But it's true. The No Man's Sky community is second to none, in my opinion. I mean, there are a lot of people that still try to troll or say negative things, but they're not even community members. They don't even play the game. So,
it's a minority. There's
It
always
is.
going to be somebody who doesn't like it.
Yeah.
You can't please everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry,
give
there's
me-
always
give me,
going to be somebody who.
Give me one
Yeah,
sec.
you go
Sorry.
right ahead.
Sorry. Stay.
And Dylan runs off. I've enjoyed the game so much over the years. You guys are the best. Accepted me into the community and treated me like royalty when I stream with Dylan. I really appreciate all of that. I love every one of you guys. Everybody in the community is just so.
Alrighty. Good old bullet. You always know when someone's at the door.
Oh yeah, scary enough.
Don't need a doorbell with that guy around. I thought little Timmy was trapped in a
Afraid
well.
my
so-
time is just about over.
That's it. That's all. Yeah, I think mine is too. To be honest
I have
with
to
you.
be. I know. I have to be productive today. It sucks. I wish I could sit at home and play video games all day.
Oh, I just want to stay at home and hit refresh on Sean Murray's Twitter account.
I think that's going to be the new thing today. Is just every 2 minutes, just look on.
Oh
see
yeah.
what-
Don't worry, Peaceful Gamer
Has he
will be the
tweeted yet?
first one
Has he
to tweet.
tweeted yet?
Peaceful Gamer is going to be he'll tweet it before Sean Murray does somehow. That's
Yeah,
how
he
early
just
access
steals
he's
the
got to
feed
everything.
right from.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait, man. I know we definitely are gonna see something today, and when we do, I'm sure we'll all be over social media and in the Aminos and the Discords and everything,
Oh yeah,
losing our shit.
it's
so,
already.
yeah.
It's already going nuts. The Amino
Oh, yeah.
Discord, it's going nuts. I'm getting notifications
yeah.
every maybe 10 seconds on my phone. Just pop another one, bang,
I
bang,
know.
bang.
It's giving me anxiety, man. Every
Yeah.
time I hear my phone go off, I'm like, trailer?
Yeah, hype is there.
Yeah.
Hype is there. Sean's listening.
Yeah.
We're waiting. It'll
It's
be there
happening.
soon.
Ah, we're like a bunch of little baby birds with their mouths open. We're just sitting here, feed me, daddy,
Kinda.
feed me.
Chirp, chirp,
Yep.
chirp.
Well, shall we go then? Shall we
All
go
right.
and just do like IRL stuff, or like pretend to be adults or something for a little bit, or
I'm afraid
I don't
I
want
have.
I don't want to, but I guess we have to, right? It's that time.
Oh, I don't want to. Yeah, I know. I got to go shopping before work.
Oh yeah.
If I don't have lunch or dinner tonight. So
Oh, that's no good. I don't want that.
real life sucks, but I got.
Real life sucks, but we're gonna have No Man's Sky in VR next week, so.
That's right. You know what? It gives me the urge to want to stock up. So when the update comes out, I'm
Oh, absolutely. Get all your munchies ready, and prepare to not move for like 12 hours.
I might even buy a bar fridge just for that. I don't know.
Do it. I have one, dude. Best investment I've ever made.
Yeah, have a beverage right next to you at all
Oh
times.
yeah. Don't even have to get up.
Yeah, cold snacks in there.
Diapers.
All right then.
All right,
Thank
my
you
friend.
very much.
Well,
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. I'm glad you had the time to come on with me. I wouldn't have wanted to do this without you. So I'm glad you had the time for it. We'll do it again sometime. And,
Always have the time for Near Down Dylan and Cloudrunner. NMS's life, whatever incarnation you want to call it, I've always got time for you.
Thanks, dude.
You guys are awesome. The whole community. You've supported me, and I feel the love every time I come on your show. So thank you so much. You guys,
Well, thanks a lot, my dude.
I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no, so yeah, and everyone listening, like I say, if you want another place to hang out, of course, my Discord will be linked below, but also DG has his Discord as well, the NMS Cafe, I'll have links to that below as well. Great people to hang out with, like-minded NMS fans, and we'll see you guys again. I'm sure we'll have lots to talk about with this trailer or little snippet that we're going to see today. But until then, my friends, stay safe, and until the next time.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Until next time, fellas.
Later, buddy.
Take care.
Take care. And that's it, my friends. So thank you all in the chat for hanging out live to watch this. If you're listening to the archive on YouTube, that's just because you're a beautiful person. It's a long show too, so kudos to that. I'm sure you skipped through like a lot of it. Come on. But for everybody that was here live, thank you very much. I want to thank my guests, Star Jumper and Stripes by Northwest. DG, as always, as my friend and fellow co-host for NMS's Life. That was actually our 25th episode, so I'm super, super proud of that. And thank you all very much. We'll see you at the next time. I'm going to throw up a quick screen here to thank my Patreons support. Normally, with my new videos coming out, I'm going to have the names scrolling through at the bottom throughout the whole video, or something else. I'll figure a way out of squeezing it in there. But until then, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, share this with your friends. If you would like to become a patron, you can. I give shit away too. So until the next time, my friends, stay safe, fly fun, keep your stick on the ice. See you next time.